this video is going to resonate with a whole lot of you folks. And this is a great lesson for every single person to hear from time to time, including myself. Because in life, sometimes we get ahead of ourselves. We are all human beings. We are all here for a purpose. Sometimes it's easy to get ahead of yourself. You want to work hard. You're ambitious. You want to achieve things in life. You want to do great things. You're inspired. You're inspiring. You want to give it your all. You don't want to mess up. You want to work hard. You want to accomplish things in life. You want to live a good life. It's very easy to get ahead of yourself sometimes. Sometimes it's hard to take breaks because you're ambitious. Ambitious people, bro, are hungry. Hungry. But sometimes the best thing you can do is take a back step. It's one of the hardest things you'll ever do. As an ambitious person. As I'm giving this message, this is one of the greatest messages that I could have for my own self. Which I'm doing myself. Which I'm speaking on myself. What allows me to speak on this right now is the fact that I just been through a surgery a little less than 2 weeks ago. Smashed my whole face right in. Damn near. And if something's going to make me take a back step, that's what it's going to be, bro. It's going to take something like that to get me to take a step back sometimes in life, because we're young, hungry, ambitious, talented, focused, driven. Like, it's that simple. It's hard sometimes to take a back step, but sometimes it's the best thing that can happen for you, and to take a lot of rest. To come back twice as strong, twice as better. Because if you get ahead of yourself, you're ahead of yourself. You're too far ahead of yourself. That's my biggest weakness. My biggest weakness, ladies and gentlemen, is not putting in the work. For the unambitious, for the lazy, that's the hardest thing for them to do, is to put in the work. Me, opposite. If I could run miles out of my own skin, I would. Trust me. Trust me. Sometimes you can be too tough for your own good. And that's how I tend to be. It's something that forces you to take back steps. It's then going to teach you a lesson. I've been taught a lesson already from taking a back step. And it was still hard for me to even take one day off, like. But I did what I needed to do. And from getting so far ahead of ourselves sometimes, it's not what God wants. It's what you want. It's not what God wants. Things don't work on your time. Things work on God's timing. A lot of people today are in a rush, and I'm guilty of it myself sometimes. We all want to do the things we want to do. And there's that fine line. It's not that we're doing it and we know it's wrong. There's that fine line where it's like, if you take a back step for even a second, you feel like a failure. Bro, if I'm 100% healthy and I take even one single day off, I feel like a failure. It's those mental games where it's like, I know I could be doing more right now. It's so hard for me to chill. Very difficult. Especially when you drink a cup of coffee a day. It's hard to chill. Right now, I'm not drinking any coffee, and I honestly think it's helping me. I can't drink coffee for 6 weeks, probably about 3 or 4 weeks from now, but since my surgery, can't drink caffeine for like 6 weeks. And I honestly believe it's helping me tremendously right now. I have a lot of natural energy as it is. I think caffeine sometimes puts me overboard. It wires me too much. Bro, some people think I'm on hard drugs. Sometimes just from drinking coffee. Like, at the end of last year in 2022, when I went over across out of my province to a different province to see a specialist on my nose and the deviated septum and stuff like that, we stayed in a hotel, me and a fella, and we went to a nightclub that night. And the guys working there, the bouncers and everything, like when we were getting our admission to go in there, bro thought I was on some hard stuff. And I drank coffee that evening. And he literally thought that. I thought he was joking at first, but he literally thought that, bro. Like, I have a lot of natural energy as it is. Drinking coffee just, it gets me wide-eyed. Like, I don't, like, I'm just like, you know what I mean? And right now, I honestly feel good. Like, from not drinking coffee for the last, like, 2 weeks, my energy just feels better. It feels more set. Less anxiety. Sometimes too much coffee could give you anxiety. You get too far ahead of yourself, and this step back has really helped me. I'm seeing it right now a lot. And just over the last couple days. I didn't see it at first. It's because I was kind of beat up. You don't really see much because you're healing from surgery, but all of a sudden right now in the last couple days, I'm starting to see that. I don't know if I want to start drinking it again, to be honest. It's going to be damn hard, because when you're driving by these coffee shops 24/7, and sometimes when you get up in the morning and you're going off and you're going to help brother with some carpentry work and stuff, it's gonna be damn hard, especially when he drinks coffee. It's gonna be damn hard. But honestly, I think it would be better for me not to drink coffee, to be honest. Is that gonna happen? I don't know. I want to try, but I might just limit it and not have nearly as much. But we'll see. Right now, though, bro, this back step is helping me, and like I said, it's inspired me to make this video right now at this moment when it's fresh in my mind. That sometimes, and it might not be that for you, but sometimes we get too far ahead of ourselves and do too much, overextend ourselves, and it can hurt us in the end, to be honest. My hardest, my toughest things in life is to take breaks, is to take back steps, is to rest. People tell me, like, some of my friends tell me to do it all the time, and it's hard. Like I said, there's that fine line where it's like, should I rest, or am I a pussy and I'm not doing enough? What is going on here? There's that fine line. You feel like a failure when you're resting, because it's like, you do have something inside of you to do something else, to get more stuff done, to be more productive. And that's what it's like as an ambitious person, bro. Like, that's what makes us who we are. But sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes, that back step will help you a whole lot more than it's going to hurt you. And sometimes we be in a hurry. And we want to achieve, we want to get to certain destinations, we want to do certain things, and It can honestly hold you back sometimes. But there are times where you do want to give it all you have, and there's some times where that back step is probably crucial. Crucial. I think this surgery has helped me tremendously. It was a good reset. It was a very good reset. I'm seeing a lot of positives out of the surgery I just had. A lot of positives. And less negatives. I see it as a very good thing. And it's going to be even better in a couple days. Get these nose splints out and this tape off my face, breathing better. Because I still can't even really breathe out of my nose, bro, and I'm still feeling pretty good. Like, this isn't even that bad. I can't breathe that well out of my nose at all, really, but it's not that bad. It's not that uncomfortable. Like they say, it's uncomfortable. You can't really breathe out of your nose. I don't find it that uncomfortable. Like, I could barely breathe out of my left side anyways before the surgery. It's really nothing crazy. But it was a bit painful. Day 2, 3, and a little bit of day 4. Nothing too crazy. But at times there was some pain for sure. A major fever. A little bit of throbbing in the nose. But I handled it well, and my body, bro, heals like the Wolverine. I'm telling you, bro. On the very first day after surgery, like, I didn't have any bruising or nothing, and on day 2, or around the evening time of a day after surgery, like, it was a surgery, you're there in the night, then you sleep, you get up. That's like kind of day 1. You're in the process of day 1. Then the evening comes, and about the 24-hour period right after surgery, the swelling starts to kind of hit. All through the night, the swelling's coming on. You wake up and you're just poof. You're swelled up pretty good. As soon as that happened, and like the max swelling hit, the swelling started to come down so fast. And my body healed like in a flick. It felt like nothing. Like, it healed very fast. And I ate a proper diet. I did icing. Cold face cloths over my forehead, which helped a lot. But yeah, I see it as a blessing. I figured the surgery was going to be a blessing no matter what, because it's going to help a lot with my breathing and stuff, but I'm seeing a lot of positives out of what just happened. And it inspired me to do this video. Just off the top of my head, and that, bro, that's where my best videos on YouTube have ever come from. The realest, off the riff, off the top of my head. The best. From life experience. It does not get better than that. Especially fresh. Fresh life experience. It does not get better than that. It's fresh in the mind, it's real, it's authentic, it's right there, it's just boom. It hits hard. And it hits home. For those watching. But yeah, man, it's really inspired me to do this video. Like, this rest is really helping me. I'm feeling it, like, a lot. Like, I'm feeling very good, very sharp. And I'm about to feel even better. I'm seeing significant improvements every day, so. And I just like what's happening right now, and it's easy for us a lot of the time to get ahead of our own selves, and, oh, I'm not achieving what I want to be achieving right now, and it's not going the way I want it to go and all this stuff, but it's on God's timing, bro. We got a lot of time. We have a lot of time. You don't go to achieve planet Earth in one day. You don't got to do that. We have a lot of time. Things take time. And I'm seeing that very clearly right now, specifically. It's like I said, it's very easy to get ahead of yourself. Very easy. And this don't mean, oh, Joel said I can relax, Terry said I can relax now, let's just kick it back and all this stuff. I'm not saying that. You still have to be productive, but try to be easier on yourself mentally, in a sense where there's so much life left. Keep focusing on doing the right things every day, and things will fall into place. Really focus on getting yourself in a place where you want to be, mentally, spiritually, physically. That's very important. That's what life is really about, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the day. It's not to beat ourselves up in the mind mentally every single day. That's not what it's meant to be. Like, if you could just feel good mentally, spiritually, physically every day, and it's not going to happen every day, but as much as you possibly can, that's what makes life. We've all had very good moments in life. We've had some very bad moments in life. It's about trying to maximize those very good moments in life as much as possible. To feel those feelings and to feel that way as much as possible. And you can actually do better, achieve more, and just be better all around. Instead of getting too far ahead of yourself because you're anxious and you just want to achieve planet Earth in one day, and it's not going to happen. I can get like that sometimes. It's like overly aggressive, overly masculine, and you're just going crazy. You're beating yourself up, you're killing yourself in the mind, and it's like, it's not good. That's something I'm guilty of sometimes, and I want to try to not be in that place. And I genuinely believe a lot of things are going to change in my life, and things are going to happen, and I'm not really going to feel that way nearly as much as I have in the past. I think my days of beating myself up mentally in the past, maybe it's not 100% over, because we're never going to have peace 100% of the time. But the worst of it is done. I'll guarantee you that right now. My hard lessons are done. Doesn't mean there's going to be no more hard lessons, but a lot of the hardest, toughest, grimiest, most brutal, most gut-wrenching things are definitely past me. And like I said, don't mean you're not going to experience any more hurdles or anything, but a lot of the stuff that I faced, bro, it was very, very strong. Very strong, very painful, very brutal. You're in this very brutal state of mind. It's hard to explain. So tough on yourself. That's how I was for a lot of years, bro. And it's really not the answer, but sometimes you have to be too. It's like, it's a hard one to cover, bro. It's a hard one it's a tough thing to talk about and how to explain it, but you can learn something from every experience in life. You can learn something from every moment, from every time, and more knowledge the better. More life experience you go through, the better. Honestly, all the pain you go through happens for you and not to you. The good, the bad, the ugly. It's all supposed to happen. All the injuries we have, the surgeries, everything, bro, is an experience to grow. And at the end of the day, the bad, surprisingly, is going to help you more than the good. You don't learn all that much from the good times. You do learn some, but you learn even more, surprisingly, from the bad times. From the negative things that have happened to you, from all the trials and tribulations and the backstabbings, the slander, the drama, the toxic situations with past exes, past friends, past family members, past everything. You learn so much. I think a lot of the world is crazy right now, and having the right people around you, bro, is very important to help you live in the now and in the best state of mind. And that's what I see for myself in the future, for sure. And I think it's going to be huge. And, last thing is last. It's just a very good thing to not get too far ahead of yourself. We're not saying don't work hard. I'm going to keep working hard, but it's like too far is too far. And that is the truth. Getting too far ahead of yourself, bro, it's too far. Like, that's what it means. Getting too far ahead of yourself. It's plain and simply too far. You're doing too much. You're going too hard. You're going too far. You're trying to go too fast. That's where you have to turn it down just a notch. You keep going. You keep persistent. You keep working hard. Turn it down a little bit. It's like when the volume's up too high in the radio. You just turn it down a little bit. It's good now. You don't turn it all the way off. You don't shut the music completely off. When the volume's too loud, you just turn it down a little bit. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. And you keep it trucking. Keep the good times rolling. That's what life is really supposed to be like. And, we all go through times and lessons and stuff like that. Sometimes we keep the volume up way too high for too long. And that's a lesson in itself. So all this stuff, bro, is a learning curve, and I love to learn. I love to get better. I love to advance, to succeed in life. It's a very good feeling. Learning, prospering, being grateful through the good, the bad, the ugly, learning how to be in that state. It's very, very important. Sometimes the best thing you can do is take a total week off, 2 weeks off. 2 weeks is a little long, but sometimes the best thing anybody can do, take a full week off. And it's going to be hard. For my ambitious people, it's going to be hard. And if you have no success yet, maybe you shouldn't take a week off. But sometimes it's crucial. If you don't think some people take that kind of time off, you're crazy, bro. There's pro athletes. There's people on top, on top, on top, on top. Top percenters on earth. We're talking not even 1 percenters. We're talking 0.2, 0.3 to 0.5 percenters on earth. Taking more rest and breaks than I do. So, and when you work so hard, rightfully you do get to do that. Like, it's important. As soon as pro athletes and fighters get through their fights in their camps, the first thing they do is rest. Because they put themselves through so much and their body through so much that if they were to keep going and get back in the gym right away, they're going to burn out like crazy. Especially just getting through a fight. You get beat up, you get kicked, you get punched, you're bruised up, you're banged up. You need rest. You need to eat, you need to rest, you need to relax. Darken your house, darken your room. Get it tinted in your place. Very important. Some of these people, bro, take a month off. Literally a month. Like, they might be doing bare minimum stuff, but they're taking a good month off. Some of them, all they need is a week or two. Especially if you're just starting to get in the game, but you got to know yourself, know your limits, know your breaks, know when to turn the volume down a little bit. This stuff is very important. This is one of my weaknesses, guys, and I'm telling you guys it right now. This is something I have to get better at moving forward, to not be so rushy. That's something I have to get better at. And I plan on doing it. And I think how things will happen and work for me in the very near future, I think it's going to make it much easier for me. And I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, guys, really, really, really hone in and do what you know you need to do to get the better result at the end of the day, because that's what's important. And it's not about overly rushing things. Things don't happen the way you want to happen on your time. It's always going to happen on God's timing. 10 out of 10 times. Whether you want to rush or not, it don't matter. It's still going to happen on God's time.